Hey everyone, I have Julianna here, and we're going to do live coaching today. And if you want to say hi to everyone.
Hi, I'm Juliana.
So thanks, Julianna, for being willing to show your face on the internet like this,
Yes.
and get some coaching, get some help, and being humble. Everyone appreciates it. And we appreciate you too as well. So we've been, I guess, kind of chatting back and forth about this live coaching call for maybe a week, a little over a week. And so the first thing you asked me for was, how do I schedule a retention appointment? The second thing you asked was, I'm just going to share this here. And the reason I'm telling everyone this is I think this is so relatable that everyone, like, it's hard to know what you actually want to focus on. So it says, what topic do you want to go over in your live coaching call? Hosting and referrals. What do you need help with? I need help finding balance on how to tailor my presentation properly for customers. That's actually a closing question. If you get clarity on one thing during the conversation, you put three things. Here they are. How not to be awkward when it comes to selling products to family, friends, or coworkers. And I guess these are offshoots, so maybe it is one thing. What should I be aware of when having my own business and full-time job? Is it okay to sell or ask my coworkers? Like, what's kind of okay to do? So then I asked, which one is the one you want to go over? So without me actually helping you to decide that, I would love to hear, out of all of those things, what do you think is the most important to your success in the next 2 weeks?
For me, what I think right now is the closing and, like, I guess the verbiage that goes around that.
Okay.
One thing I feel is like talking about like prices and how, like, explaining like this is a good deal. If that makes sense.
Yeah, this is a good value.
Mhm.
Okay. So let me give you a tip. When you have multiple things you're trying to figure out, the best way to figure out where to focus is going to be based on what does success look like for you for the next week. So as entrepreneurs, we don't have a boss who's going to tell us, here's what success looks like. And when we're entrepreneurs, it's literally never enough. There's unlimited sales, unlimited opportunity, unlimited areas for improvement. So mastery in all areas of the business can never be a goal for a short time frame. You'd have to be like, I will master all core areas of my business after 3 years. So that makes the day-to-day sort of tricky. So what I usually try to do is say, okay, 2 weeks from now, or what does success look like between now and 1 week from now, or 2 weeks from now, depending on how much you're working. So if you work a decent amount of hours, 1 week is good. If you're super part-time, 2 weeks is good. And so actually writing down the goals. So usually there are goals around how many new people you want to meet, how many appointments you want to have, either a one-on-one or someone who attends a class or social or party or whatever, an event. And then like how many enrollments and how many business conversations. So I'm going to just draw this out. And I'm going to say here, so we start with, what does success look like? In the next, I'm just going to use week as an example. Okay, so number one is new people met. Do you have a goal for that?
And this is just for like one, like,
Yeah, just 1 week. How many new people do you want to meet, or how many new people do you want to reconnect with in the next week?
I would say 2 to 3 with my current workload. Yeah.
Okay, so meet through, and this is just by meet, I mean, hi, it's good to see you, like just connect with. Sorry.
Okay, well then in that case, I mean, I can meet anywhere between like, let's just say 5 as like a.
Okay, yeah, I'd put for part-time somewhere between like in the 7 and 8 range. 5 is a good goal.
Okay.
Since you're in mastermind right now. Okay, and the next one is going to be how many new sales appointments, either one-on-ones or group event attendees. So how many of those do you want to have between now and next week?
Okay. 3 for sure. That's
okay, great. And then what is your monthly new customer goal?
wow. I mean, I would love to see 10, of course.
Okay, so we got to math this, right? So 3 times 4 equals 12, not quite enough to get to 10, probably.
Okay.
So you'd have to change, we usually anticipate 50 to 70% of appointments equals sales. So you see your math is off?
Yes.
What that's going to do is it's actually putting pressure on your close. It's
Okay.
unreasonable. So we either need to change this or we need to change this.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, I definitely know for sure that the 3, let's see, I would say let's change the new customer goal. Maybe it's a little.
Well, unless you're doing an event.
Well, see, I had an event last week. I have one this week, and then I want the end of the month, and then I have 2 one-on-ones this week. So it's just, I don't know which number to pick.
Okay, so let's break this down. This is going to help. So you want to do 3 one-on-ones, and then how many events? This week you have 1 event?
1 event, yes.
So that's in addition to the 3 one-on-ones?
Correct.
How many people do you want to attend there?
I mean, we're hoping for at least a good 5 to 7 that are going to actually.
Okay, we'll put 5 as the goal. So now your numbers work out just fine.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're basically saying is you're going to try to meet with 8 people to get maybe 3 enrollments, which is totally good, right? And then we probably want 2 new business builder conversations in the course of a month. Okay, so when you look at these, then the question is, do you know how to get 5 connections? Do you know your plan for that?
Yes, most of that is coming from like new people I'm meeting from work or referrals from current customers.
Okay, cool. So that one's good. You don't need professional development in that area then. You don't need help there.
Okay.
Do you need help scheduling 3 one-on-ones or 1 event?
No.
Okay, so you feel like this one's good.
Yes, it's good. I think what I can kind of get confused on is once a month I host the class myself, and then I have a host that is either a friend or a new person I've met. So that's where sometimes I'm like, I don't know how to invite to just the one that I'm hosting.
Oh, probably just the same way as a one-on-one.
Yeah. Right.
It's the same words.
Okay.
Just something different. But this one is someone else is hosting it or you're hosting it?
Someone else.
Okay.
Already hosted that one last week, yes.
Okay, so here's what I think is helpful to know. If you're looking at which one do I learn, which one do I solve? You don't need to solve the past happened.
Okay.
I would solve what's in front of you before what's behind you.
Okay. Yes.
Right? So this particular week, this week, I have a hosted event. I know how to do this. But 2 weeks from now, I have my own. Oh, shoot. This is when you ask the question, when you are able to implement it right away.
Yes.
Does that help you to figure out when it's like, here's what I need help with, exactly what to focus on? And how do you feel about your ability to make sales? Like your smooth sales conversation is you're not feeling it on that one, right?
Yeah, I just don't feel it when I'm in an event type of setting or like when I have more than one person. But when I'm one-on-one, I'm like, I can really connect and it seems just more natural to make the sale.
Okay, great. So what are you doing in a one-on-one that is helping you to connect so well?
Well, I did that thing that you said in the module, and I like did the whole presentation on the one-on-one through Zoom meeting. And then at the end, I changed like one wording that I said, okay, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you if you'd like to buy something today.
Okay.
And that's kind of what's gotten me like direct results, like actual answers, as opposed to like, well, I don't know. And I guess I'm like, I don't know how to say that. I mean, I could say that to a whole event, but I love being personal with my customers. So it's hard for me to feel that when everyone's in the same class together.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so you may not love doing this next part. It will help you so much. What did you actually say
What did I
at
actually
at the event
the event? I think I said,
when you tried to end it?
I just said something like, okay, now we have time to reflect, and I'm just gonna come around and check in with everyone. And for anyone that's ready to purchase, you can fill out your form. And then that's kind of one person filled out the form, and then the other people were like, well, I know what I want. And then some people left, and it's just like, oh no.
How many people did you have there?
7 showed.
Okay, and how many people ended up buying?
3, but one was already a current member.
Okay, so that person doesn't even count in your first number. So 6?
Yeah, 6.
6, and then how many people of those 6 new people bought?
3.
So 50%.
Yeah.
So you actually did pretty well.
Yeah. So I guess I didn't do that math correctly.
Well, so that's part of it. That's part of it, right?
Uh-huh.
Is our confidence tends to be like you seem disappointed about your results.
Yes.
Except your results were actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
50 to 70% would be pretty solid. Now, there are some things we can do to maybe help it be a little bit smoother, but here's my honest question. Did you practice it at all before nobody does. Nobody ever does.
No.
Okay.
Did not.
So what I would recommend at the end there, and this has worked really well for a lot of people. How many kits did you present to them?
Let me see, 2.
How many options did you give them?
5 of the most popular options of kits.
Okay. So that's where I would make the adjustment.
Okay.
Okay. So here's the way I would go about it. Is I would say, okay, so here are the 2 most popular kits.
Mm-hmm.
This kit comes with this. This kit comes with this. Right? This kit is this much. This kit is this much. And it's usually for someone. Right? So it would kind of go like this. Let me show you our 2 most popular kit. Kit A comes with blank. It's for, and then here's the easiest way. It's for this type of person.
Okay.
It's right, blank dollars. Kit B, right, comes with blank. It's for type of person.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's however many dollars. If you choose to get one of these kits today, I'll give you a fast action bonus.
Okay.
This is where, regardless of which kit you choose, I'll give you blankety blankety blank for free when you leave. So you need to have these available, especially if it's in person. If it's online, there's a couple of nuances to doing this, but I'm going to help you, and then people can ask me questions about the online closing later, okay, which is a little bit trickier, but this is the structure.
Okay.
Now, as far as type of person, what we have recommended is something that's like, here's for someone, this is for example, this is for someone that wants to do a lifestyle change completely, and this is for someone that just wants to solve everyday problems, right? Depending on the company or product line. For everyone else that's watching, it can be something like, this is for someone who wants products for their whole family. And then kit B is, this is for someone that wants to start with themselves and then add their family later. Right? Do you see that? Like you're not necessarily going for, this is the person who wants this particular thing that they don't even know.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so even actually when you introduce the features and benefits, when you go to say, here's what comes in the most popular kits, you can actually show them as, here's what comes in the kit for someone who wants a lifestyle change. And then I'm going to show you what comes in the one that is for everyday problems.
Okay.
They'll actually self-select in the beginning, like, oh, I'm that kind of person. I need to pay attention to this particular kit. And in a lot of instances, they decide what kit they want before you even go over the products because of what type of person they are.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
No, that definitely makes sense, because I had a lot of, like, I didn't even kind of go into saying like, this kit is for someone that is looking for this type or these problems. It was just kind of like, I re-answered the same question every time I checked in with everyone individually at the class. So it makes a lot more, this seems a lot easier as giving them 5 or 10 options at first.
Yeah. It's decision fatigue, and they're like, a lot of them will just be like, I'm out. Now, I do want to encourage you, your stats were still solid. Okay. So one thing that you did really, really well, right? I'm just going to delete this so it's so it's clear. You know what you want, fill out this form. And what we recommend is like, and go to this side of the room. I'll come there first, right? If you don't know, hang tight for just a few minutes. And I'll come around. And then here, how long have you been doing your business? Not long, right?
Yeah, just since May of this year.
Do you have testimonials already though?
I do, because I have been using the products for 2 years. Yes.
Okay. But do you have them from other people, like through text? Like, oh my gosh.
I do. Yes.
Okay. So while I do this, you're a teacher, right? What grade do you teach?
I'm going to teach 10th and 12th graders this year.
Oh, so not elementary. So you might hate this project.
Well, I did 7th grade last year, so
okay.
Yeah.
So while I go around, go ahead and look at this scrapbook or something. Mm-hmm. Oh, you get it, huh?
I like that.
And I'll be right there. And oops, I am like, I'm going to just do asterisk advanced technique. Right? It's not in the course, but while they're waiting, if you're able just as you go to print a 3-ring binder and be like, problem, and then have some testimonials.
Yeah.
Problem, like organize it by problem or challenges. And so as people are waiting and they're flipping through, they're just getting like social proof like crazy. Yes. So that's really cool. Another thing is just hang tight for a few minutes and smell these or play with these. Like give them something to do while they wait. Otherwise they'll just start texting. God forbid, check the news, have a panic attack. And if they could go from super hopeful, they check the news right now, and the next thing you know, they're full of anxiety. Like they won't buy because now they're in an anxious state.
Yes.
So whatever you can give them to do in order to keep them in whatever state that they're in is going to help them to make a more positive decision. Then you can go around, right? Collect the for sure orders, because the people who know what they want, they're also not the people that will wait. Mm-hmm. It's a personality thing. The people that have a lot of questions, they're like, I always have a lot of questions and I'll wait forever to get my questions answered. But the ones who are like, I got it, right? Like your biggest orderers, the biggest purchasers, their personality types, they're not going to wait for those people to ask all the questions. So they'll leave. Right? Like easy come, easy go customers, they tend to buy the most though. So we take care of those people and we collect those enrollments, and then we come back around, but we give them something to look at. And that's when we can say, okay, tell me what's on your mind. And then recommend one of those kits. Now, you mentioned earlier you really like to personalize. Yes. So does this kind of break your heart a little bit?
No, I'm actually excited about the scrapbook idea. I'm like, oh, I have all that. I can totally do that. But no, it's not breaking my mind.
Okay, so personalization comes in the retention appointment. Right? Because remember that every single kit that you have, and this is for everybody, your company wouldn't have designed the kit if it wasn't good. Right? No matter what kit a customer buys, it's still a win-win scenario from their perspective. So I think a lot of people really try to over personalize the first appointment or the first purchase, as opposed to giving them a basic toolkit. It's like if I went to Home Depot, so my daughter just started woodworking last year. So when you still need a set of basic tools before people start asking, well, what are you trying to build? And that's the same idea with a lot of these kits, especially in the health and wellness industry, is that you need the building blocks first as a foundation, and then you can personalize as you go. The reason a lot of people personalize is they're just afraid someone's going to say no or think they don't care about them. But actually, people are much more likely to feel comfortable getting a popular kit versus a customization from a psychological perspective, right? So if I said to you, Julianna, this is our most popular mastermind, you're like, I feel safe. If we're like, let me customize a perfect coaching plan for you, you'd be like, that sounds hard.
Yeah.
Like, do you notice that?
Yes, that sounds way too much.
That sounds like way too much.
Yes.
But if I say, I'm going to give you our most popular track,
yes,
like, this is tried and true, this is safe, I'm going down a proven path, as opposed to I'm weird and I need something different.
Yes.
Does that follow psychologically?
Yes.
So that will help with your being a little bit smoother at the end there. Let me go ahead and pop this up one more time. Is there anything up here that feels fuzzy?
Let's see. No, I mean, it all looked really great. The only question, I guess, is I have just been scheduling like a follow-up appointment as soon as I like enroll somebody, because I get like an estimated date of arrival for them.
Yep.
And then I give it like 2 to 3 days from when they get their products, and then I follow up with them, and I've been scheduling that, and that feels good. So
good.
I have those coming up, but I forgot my question there.
Were you going to ask how to do it in a group environment, or are you okay on that?
Yeah, no, I got the group environment.
You can just be happy with the coaching. Yeah, it's not like a quiz, like you have to come up with anything.
No. It's like it all works. So yes, I love it.
Okay, cool. So tell me, what do you think was your biggest takeaway from our conversation today?
That my biggest thing that I'm just so excited about again is that scrapbook, giving them something tangible to like look through or kind of conversate with others that are curious, to kind of keep them busy. Because I have noticed that like they're like, oh, I know I think I'm gonna get this, but I have a few questions. And then I go away and it's like, they're like, I'm not gonna get anything. So I've seen that in the really beginning. So I think that I'm really excited about having that.
Cool. How do you feel about moving from 5 kits to 2?
Much better. I
Okay.
don't feel as everywhere.
Okay, good. That will help you a lot. Anything over 3 will torpedo your closing percentage.
Okay.
So 2 is the easiest, and like for ease and closing percentage, it's the easiest to get a really high conversion. You'll get a smidge extra with 3 options, but it takes a little bit more skill to manage that. So that's why typically we go with 2.
Definitely. Okay.
All right, I think this is good. I hope this was helpful for you guys that were watching. So say bye, Julianna, to everyone.
Bye.
All right, thanks guys for watching.